Well, hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. Um,
Doo-doo.
so, first of all, I just want to say to all of you in the chat who jumped on the bandwagon with Dana just now to give me shit for enjoying flavored seltzer, you can all go to hell.
Steve,
And yes, Dana.
Steve,
Yes, Dana.
you're the one drinking unsweetened seltzer. You're
That's
the
right.
one in hell.
Uh,
What do you have against sweetened beverages?
I have nothing
Like
against sweetened beverages.
artificially sweetened beverages. Like
Nothing.
that's like you're just like, well, calories from. Okay, that's fine. Guess what? You know what else doesn't have calories? My Diet Coke.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't I do, but here's the difference between me and you is I don't begrudge you your beverage of choice.
What I begrudge you is not having a reason. Like there are some people who like actually react poorly to artificial sweeteners, like they get headaches or whatever. They have a reaction to that.
So
There's
you're
literally no evidence that if you those and also that doesn't pose a long-standing problem. It's just like an irritation, and if you decide that irritation, if you experience it and it makes the experience of enjoying the beverage less pleasant because now you have this pounding headache, that's
right.
totally understandable. But if you don't experience that and you're just like, yes, I don't like sweet things, then yeah, that sucks. Like you don't like sweet. What is like
I never said I don't
never.
like sweet things. I love sweet things. I never said I
Mhm,
don't like sweet things.
mhm, mhm. And yet you get the unsweetened kind.
Couple of things. Some
Huh?
255 AD suggests you check your mic. I don't know if you're on
Oh,
the right mic or not, but
oh, sometimes yeah, sometimes it
sometimes when you
decides it's
put
the
your
wrong one.
earbuds in, it automatically, yeah.
Yeah, dang it,
Um,
I forgot about that. Oh,
that,
because I checked it and
that's
then
okay.
wait, okay, microphone. Whoa, hang on. Oh, I might also be changing the thingy bob because like it's loose.
Ah,
Because like they plug in at the same place. Well, not the exact same place, but and they since they're right close to each other. All right, I heard a dingy.
say something again. Oh,
And I look better too. I'm brightened up.
yeah, you
I
switched
don't
to
just
your
look.
your
Actually,
other
I don't look
camera. Yeah,
better.
yeah.
I don't look better. I have more creases and stuff, and now I look blotchy.
Ah, you look terrific, and you're on the blue snowball mic.
Well, it said that it had changed. Yes, I just
Okay,
checked the
cool. It
thing.
sound yeah,
Thank
it
you for
sounded
letting me
better.
know, because yeah. It's like I think when I plugged the earbuds in, it dislodged the other.
Yeah, yeah. That's how it
I
happens. Yeah.
explained it in such clear, precise language as befitting an English teacher.
Hey,
It dislodged and went.
as someone likes to remind me, precision matters.
It does.
Um. Anyway, the point you're missing to take this back just for a moment to my
You
to
assume that I'm
to
missing some kind of point. I think you're
I'm
Steve. I think
well,
you're wrong.
I know you do, but see, this is not this is
I'm
what it
going to
is.
continue it anyway. That's okay. That's okay. I forgive you ahead of time.
This is what is at issue.
Uh huh.
I accept that we disagree on the quality of the drink. Just like we disagree on the quality of black coffee, because that's another thing. I love black coffee. The darker, the better. And you obviously do not like it. I'm willing to accept that. That's a matter of taste. I'm fine with that. What I find interesting and entertaining, to be honest, is how personally you take it. That I enjoy something that you don't enjoy. Because the point
You
you're
did. I didn't. That's not true.
okay, with these particular things, not everything, because you're right.
Yes.
There are lots of things that I don't enjoy or that I enjoy that you don't enjoy, and you don't it doesn't bother you at all. But for whatever reason, when it comes to food and drink, you take it so personally.
Because it's inconsistent. Like you're like, yeah, I like sweet beverages, but then you don't drink them. I'm like, if you like, it doesn't make sense. That's what I object to.
So because I like sweet things, I'm only allowed to like sweet Soda?
No, like you don't ever drink sweet soda.
I
or
do
coffee.
sometimes. No, I on on cheat day I'll have a Coke. On cheat day I'll have a
Why
Coke.
does it have to be on cheat day?
It doesn't have to be, but it usually
Well,
is.
why is it? Why?
Why are you so just why are you and by the way, Radical Bacon, I have gigantic bear paw hands. The cans are not small. I have gigantic bear paw hands. Um
I don't
You
have
know-
any hands.
you know what they say about guys with big hands?
They have to wear larger gloves.
Larger gloves, exactly. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Sometimes,
Um,
sometimes they have larger rings, but you've got spindly fingers. So
Wow, that's just what? Oh.
what you do. It's not.
I just
You're
love
saying that like you think it's a bad thing.
I
mean,
don't.
if you have confidence issues because of your spindly fingers. I mean, I've got spindly fingers.
I have no confidence issues regarding my spindly fingers whatsoever.
You just have no confidence. Anyway, what's your ring size?
What I don't know what my ring size is. I've only had
Gosh, you're just one disappointment after another.
I've only actually had it measured once, and that was for my wedding ring, and that was like, over 10 years ago, and I don't remember what it was.
Since like a long time ago.
I don't remember.
To
my
quote
ring
Taylor
size.
Valley. Can you palm a basketball? Kemp Chalmers wants to know.
I don't think I can. I don't think I can palm a full-size basketball, no.
But
They're
like
not that big.
a
They're not
child
that
size.
A child-sized basketball. Well, because one of my favorite things to do is to walk by the playground when kids are playing basketball with one of their little kid basketballs, and I just take it from them and I throw it right in one of their faces. I just bounce it off of some kid's face.
If it's my Nisse and if it's anything like me, then it'll just forget. Kemp, it's one of my favorite things is trashing Steve. It's great.
And you're so good at it.
I really am.
You're like a ninja. You hit me with stuff that I don't see coming a lot of the times. And I'm like, and then it's only afterwards when I realize, I left myself wide open for that.
Like I glory in those when I'm just like, oh, I have a opportunity.
Yeah, Snakebait Cat says the outrage over Steve preferring unsweetened fizzy water confounds me. And I'll tell you this, Dana, this is really gonna upset you, because as upset as you are at the prospect of me drinking flavored seltzer, I also have a case of unflavored seltzer in the fridge. And later this week, when I run out of this, I'm gonna drink that. And I'm gonna enjoy that too. Because I also like unflavored seltzer.
You're just weird, Steve. So, but it's not just the outrage over. It's not because he prefers unflavored seltzer. It's because he doesn't say that. He says that he also likes, sweetened beverages.
Yeah.
But he always gets the unsweetened kind, except ginger ale, which is usually not available unsweetened.
Right. And I do like I think we both, when I get ginger ale, I get the same kind you get, which is the diet Canada Dry, right? Yeah.
Because like you, I don't want to drink my calories if I can avoid it.
Right.
But like, if when I say like, I like this and I like that, given the opportunity, I will, sort of switch between them. But like the McDonald's breakfast sandwiches, I have very strong preferences. The best one is the number 6, the sausage, egg, and cheese
McGriddle.
McGriddle.
Yeah, because it has syrup
Don't
inside it.
Don't get me wrong. I like the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. But the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle is better. I like it more. I get it.
I see what you're saying. My favorite fast food breakfast sandwich is the croissant from Burger King. I will take a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit. Like, I have no problem with the biscuit. The biscuit is great. The muffin, like I used to get almost every morning before school when I was in high school. Once I started driving, I would stop by, because you might remember there's a McDonald's right close to my house, or where the house where I grew up, and every morning once I got my license and my car, part of my morning preschool ritual was to stop at McDonald's and get a sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin. So there are many breakfast sandwiches I enjoy, but the croissant sandwich is my favorite.
So do you prefer unsweetened seltzer to sweetened seltzer?
It just depends on what I'm in the mood for. Sometimes
You're
unsweetened.
never in the only on wow. How is it that you're like when you go to the grocery store, you're not in the mood for sweetened flavored seltzer? Because like when have you gotten it?
It's like a special thing. I get it at a restaurant, or like when I order something from from Grubhub, and I get a beverage with it. I order I get like a Coke or a tea or something.
Why? Why is it a special thing? Like
What?
I don't get it. What is special about
I love how personally invested you are. I
It
love how personally. Okay, you know why?
I like things that make sense.
Listen,
What's wrong with that?
Nothing, but I just don't. Okay, yeah, that's right,
doesn't make
Radical Bacon.
sense.
I had a car in preschool. It had a hole in the bottom of it where your feet stuck out, and that's how it moved. But I had one. Okay, here's like you don't like onions, right?
Usually,
For the most
but
part.
go ahead.
For the most part,
yes.
I love onions.
Okay.
Like I love them in like stir fry. I like a nice slice of raw onion on a hamburger. Like I love onions.
Okay.
It doesn't bother me that you don't like onions. I feel no personal investment in it whatsoever. If you and I were going out to eat somewhere, or if I was cooking dinner, I would make sure, and you were going to eat it, like I would make sure there weren't onions in it because I wouldn't want to make something that you wouldn't enjoy. But other than that, it makes no difference to me.
Yes, but I can explain why I don't like onions.
But I would never ask you to. I don't care. It's your preference. You have a preference and you have a right to that preference.
Nothing. Yes. However, the fact that I have a preference means that there's a reason for it. I don't like this because it tastes bad. You're saying, oh, I like this and it tastes good. I just only get it on special occasions. I'm like, oh, okay. That makes me wonder why.
I've never put that much thought into it. I don't audit my own taste.
So now you're thoughtless. I should have known.
I'm thoughtless. Yep, that's it.
255 AD. I think you mean people with vaginas.
What is that even in response to?
255 AD said if hand size really denoted penis length, wouldn't women have inside?
Oh, people! I see. People with vaginas, not necessarily women. Yeah.
Exactly.
Good call. Good call.
You. Yeah, the way that we express ourselves matters.
Oh yeah. Well, I did a video. I don't know if I don't even know.
Tangled here. Go ahead.
I did a video.
I like garlic too, and I am warming up. Our tastes change over time.
Sure.
I'm warming up to onions. I don't dislike them as much as I used to. Bell peppers though, still not keen on those. I went out to eat one time and I was like, you know what I want? I want ceviche. You know what ceviche is? Mostly onion.
Yeah.
It's mostly onions and raw fish that has been cured in lemon juice. Pizza?
Delicious.
Nope, just somebody walking past. Dang it.
You're like
pizza?
You're like Peter Parker's landlord in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. Rent? Every time he walks every time he walks by the door. Rent?
Did you see the Pixar movie Up?
Yes.
Squirrel. Oh man. So I had my hair in a low top knot. I guess it's not a top knot, a neck knot. I don't know. Anyway,
like a low bun kind of thing. Yeah,
low bun. And I've got a necklace on, and then I also had my keys on a lanyard, and they were both sort of there. And so now I can be like, okay, so this is the part that was like rubbing against it when I turn my head and stuff. I'm like, hello, tangles. It's all snarly. So that's what I'm doing in case anybody, not that anybody asked, but that's why I'm like, picking up my hair here.
Radical Bacon, you may be a werewolf. Could you perhaps be a werewolf if you're craving raw beef lately? Or maybe you just what's that raw beef dish?
Oh, steak tartare.
Steak tartare. Yeah. Maybe you just want some steak tartare.
Yep.
I don't know. So anyway, now that we've spent 15 minutes arguing about food preferences and
I haven't been arguing. I've been stating things clearly.
Yes. And someone asked way back before, right when we first got started, someone asked if either of us had seen Peacemaker yet.
He has. I
I
have
have,
not.
yes. Well, because you don't have HBO Max, and
Nope.
and honestly, I'm not sure if it will be something you'd be into or not. It's
And shoot, I haven't even continued watching Abbott Elementary. Not that I don't intend to. It's just like there's been other stuff.
yeah. I thought I watched the new episode of it this morning. I thought it was good. I think it's just
Getting into its groove.
It's so
It's
yeah.
getting
I mean,
there.
it's getting there, and it's almost like there's tension because it's like I can feel like the show is so close to breaking through. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
finding its voice and
I
finding
want
what
to break free.
yeah, and it's like it reminds me a lot for obvious reasons. And I know I mentioned Peacemaker. Now we're talking about Abbott Elementary, but for obvious reasons, it reminds me of The Office because it's a similar format.
Yeah.
But specifically, it reminds me of like the better episodes of the first season of the American version of The Office. And the first season of the American version of The Office was not very good, but it had like flashes here and there of potential where you could see like, oh, this would be such a good show if they could just figure this out. And Abbott Elementary, I think, is better than that, but it still has that sense of yeah, it's like this could be so great. They just haven't quite dialed it in yet. You know, and I hope that they do, or that they get the chance to, because it's like it feels like it's so close. You know. But anyway, Peacemaker is excellent. Yeah, they released the first 3 episodes last week. I watched them all right in a row. I thought it was fantastic. I laughed my ass off. And I think that the next new episode comes out tomorrow, so I can't wait to watch that. So I'm super into Peacemaker. Yeah.
255, I think we are planning to watch the Hilda movie.
Yes. We're gonna watch all of it.
Cap Chalmers disagrees with you, by the way.
Of the American version, Cap, the first season of the original British version, I think is genius. Is one of the best things that's ever been on television. But the American version, no. The first season of the American version of The Office, I don't think is very good at all. Now, the amazing thing about the American version of The Office is it had a very, very lackluster first season. Again, like with, a couple of flashes here and there of potential. And then all of a sudden in season 2, it was like a great show. It's like they figured it out over the summer, and it came back for the second season, and it was just like, oh shit, this is fantastic. So. But yeah, the British Office, which I mean, unfortunately, Ricky Gervais turned out to be a shit. But setting that aside, and it's he's the star and the co-creator, but whatever. But if you can overlook what a shit he is, which not everybody can, and I get that, but the original British version of The Office, I think, is one of the best shows ever. So
wow,
yeah. 255 AD. No, I don't think the American version is made by a turf. That's one of the nice things. At least no major turfs that I can think of. So that's one of the nice things about it. You don't have, as far as I know, Greg Daniels is not, a horrible human being. Yeah. So. And yeah, Kemp, he is really funny. John Cena is really he's really funny in this show. It's the perfect character for him because the character he's playing is just a big dumb doofus who is not a good person, but who is becoming aware of what a bad person he is and wants to be a better person. But it's still just like a clueless doofus. Like there's a great exchange between him and Harcourt, who is one of the members of his team. And Harcourt is this young blonde woman, and Peacemaker like obviously has the hots for her. And he sits down next to her in a bar, and he's kind of like putting the moves on her, and she is just like not having any of it, and she shuts him down like right away. And she says to him, just because you're handsome doesn't mean you're not a fucking murderer. And he looks at her for a second and goes, "You think I'm handsome?"
I saw that coming.
Radical Bacon. I didn't know that auto caption did censor me. I learn something new every day. But anyway, so yeah. Shh. Now that you have gotten your pizza, shall we watch some Hilda?
Oh, is that what we're here for?
That in theory.
All righty, let's go for it.
Make sure your Netflix is
Yeah.
reloaded and everything.
Reloading. Yep, gotta reload.
Yeah. I had to do mine too because it had been sitting idle for so long.
Can't have that.
Not
All righty.
Okay, everybody.
Let's
so
go.
we are going.
6:20. Let's go for it.
Yeah. Well, fuck yeah.
What are people gonna do?
They're gonna watch Hilda with us, hopefully. So if you don't have it queued up already, go ahead and queue up season 1, episode 12, the Nisse of Hilda on Netflix, and I will count us in. And 255 AD, no, I don't think Cena is right wing. I don't think he's particularly. I mean, I don't think he's like a commie or anything. But I think what little I can discern from his personal politics, I don't think he's a conservative. But I don't really know if he's like a dedicated anything.
Yeah.
He seems, if anything, he's one of those, I want to get along with everybody types, which, what, as long as you keep making good movies, that's fine with me. I put up with Clint Eastwood's bullshit for my entire life. And Clint Eastwood seems way worse than John Cena would ever be. Like, just keep making movies, Clint, and we're good. Anyway, so here we go. Everybody ready? Here we go. Watching Hilda in 3, 2, 1, play. Ba-boom.
Woo! Oh, well, in that case, Radical Bacon, I'm so glad that I combed my hair.
Radical Bacon will watch us watching.
Hilda!
I never noticed that she runs into the woodman's nose before.
I would make a joke there, but you wouldn't get it.
Well, then it's good that you didn't make that joke.
Uh-oh. She's ready.
Badges? We don't need no stinking badges.
Oh, no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Come on in. Ooh, Frida has new cool friends. Get out of my house. Yeah, Arniot, exactly. I never wear my shoes in my house. As soon as I get home, I have a special shoe taken off chair that I sit down in and take the shoes off like as soon as I'm in. Yeah, I'm glad she mentioned that because I was just going to ask, how the hell does she not have a sleeping bag? They lived like in the middle of nowhere for years.
Pizza. Oh, baguette.
There's always a baguette. When you ever notice whenever anybody goes grocery shopping in a movie or a TV show, there's always a baguette sticking out of the grocery bag.
Yeah.
Get off the Sparrow Scout trip, kid.
Snake Pit Cat. That's just really interesting because these days, I mean, the doors are locked. A pizza guy's not going to be able to get in.
Right. How's a pizza guy going to get into school? It was the 80s. They didn't care.
There hadn't been any well-publicized school shootings yet.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, Andrew.
Andrew, I'm sorry if I traumatized you with my video from yesterday. See, Mom, it's fine, says the girl who was like, based dragons.
Yeah, really. You know that old guy that was on TV last before they turned it off just now, he looks a lot like Uncle Jesse from Dukes of Hazzard. I have unlimited money. Camp, it's the Winter Olympics. The Winter Olympics are this year. Hmm.
Mhm. Rude.
How can you see without eyes?
Is there a Todd one? I don't think it was that funny.
That's his dad. Oh, it's the Nisse housing crisis.
The proper Olympics and the Summer Olympics.
I love the proper Olympics. All Olympics are equal, Andrew. How dare you?
So you say.
It's Mr. Magoo. Or maybe not.
I would think as early as 2 would be a possibility, with it being optional. Yeah, Shanna, get a grip.
It's my favorite joke in the series. I mean, it's well inside the town walls. There's a mountain like right behind them.
Well, radical bacon, the people in the chat were talking about schooling. It's not the same as learning. Dun, 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 dun. She seems like an evil spirit.
So when you said you were looking at him, you were lying.
No, she said, yeah. No, she was just wrong.
Willie doesn't do good in groups.
Apparently not. Stay with your broom. What? Just because they, Andrew, that's rude. Just because they both have round heads.
Yeah, racist.
Speciesist, Steve.
Yes, exactly. How silly of me.
It did not go well. You're not very good at much, dude. Just saying.
Well, they're just eating the bugs off of you.
It's not just your fingers. She's like, I don't know about this, boss.
Yeah.
Kemp, that reminds me, I haven't actually watched Game of Thrones, but I've seen a GIF set where I think it's Cersei. Somebody comes up to Cersei and just talking about information. And she listens to him, and then he says, well, you know, knowledge is power. And she sort of lifts her brows, and then she looks over at the guards who are in the room and says, kill him. And the guards move forward to kill him. And she's, wait, stop. And she looks over at him and says, power is power.
Touche.
Just like,
oh, okay.
or seek your flashlights. Just saying.
Why do I have to come along again?
Because you're a steady supply of bugs.
Exactly. At least we won't starve. We can eat all of David's bugs.
Oh, you haven't seen the animated Lion King, have you?
The Lion King?
Yeah.
I think I might have seen it once a long time ago. I haven't watched it. I don't really remember much about it.
Slimy yet satisfying.
No, I love that story. This is so cool.
Aw.
Yeah, Ken, but I didn't really like it the one time I watched it. Like, Al. Go off, David. Yeah. Oh. It's the Hound of the Baskervilles.
So,
To be
what did you
continued.
think? Dun dun
It's a good cliffhanger.
dun. Now, Andrew, I want to know at whose request. Was it, are you blaming an innocent child for this? You're talking to Kemp. I was like, I've seen Encanto.
Oh,
No, so mind your
No.
spoilers.
well, I don't care. I'm probably never going to watch it, so you can spoil away. I mean,
Because you're a loser.
it just doesn't appeal to me. I don't
Appeal to me.
It doesn't appeal to me.
It's
I
kid
don't
stuff.
like sweet soft drinks.
It's
Or
kid
I
stuff.
like sweet soft drinks just fine. I just don't ever get them when I'm at the grocery store.
Wow. You know, I
My name's Steven. I like films.
wow. That's cutting close to the bone. You know just how to hurt me. That's
I do.
I'm
It's
Steve. I like
hilarious.
films.
Ah,
And by the way, By the way, I do buy sweet things. I put chocolate chips in my snack mix that I make. So there.
That's not a beverage,
But
genius.
it's sweet. Well,
All the
semi-sweet.
more reason that it's unreasonable that like sweet drinks are only safe for special occasions.
Oh God. God help me.
God ain't gonna help you, atheist.
Oh well.
Well, partly because, but also because, you know, she was a horrible human being and nobody liked her. You
Oh, Andrew
saw
so
it!
enchanted.
Ah! Almost. Oh, Andrew, we're gonna have to work on this. Have you seen Chicago? I mean, not Chicago.
Not the city.
No.
Although I'm told it's lovely.
Another place that I know absolutely nothing about.
Chicago?
Oh, you mean Jersey? New Jersey. Dude, what the heck?
Did you almost swear?
Almost.
You almost said a swear word.
I'm gonna say a swear word in the video. I'm gonna have to, fast forward to that part after you edit and make sure you actually did bleep me.
Oh, for that, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I got you. Don't worry about it.
I'm so looking forward to that. I'm gonna swear, you guys, real swear. But then Steve's gonna bleep it. So
I'm gonna bleep it, and you also requested that I blur it, right?
Blur my mouth.
People can't even read your lips and tell what you said. They'll have to deduce it purely from context.
Hey, look at that. Forcing people to like use their skills. Mwahaha. That's me. Ah, my black little heart.
Yeah, I like Chicago. So yeah, and because I don't like Andrew. I think you and I probably are very similar in this respect. I don't really musicals are not really my thing. There are musicals that I have enjoyed, but generally as a genre, it's just not something that I'm attracted to. But
of course, you loved Hamilton.
I loved Hamilton, and I really liked. Speaking of Lin-Manuel, I really liked In the Heights too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and I like Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked Enchanted, but Enchanted was kind of like a comedy. It sort of was poking fun at some of those Disney princess type tropes.
Well, not just that, but also at musicals.
Yeah.
Whole, he doesn't hear them singing, and he's like, or he hears them sing, he's like, why is everyone singing?
What are they doing? Yeah.
Swear away, Steve. Andrew has requested it.
I am the lovely swearing man.
You are. Oh, see, 255. I did not have that context. So, like I said, it was just a GIF set. Well, I mean, so what did you think of the episode?
I liked it a lot. I liked the Nisse. What's his name? Tontu. Yeah, I mean, he
is reminiscent of, I think more
very reminiscent of the Woodman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very reminiscent of the Woodman. But
as well as having a round head.
But also, I have to say, I mean, good job creating almost an instantly sympathetic character. Because, like, I do really feel bad for him, and like when he goes to Hilda's house, and then like that other Nisse, I guess, is already living there, and he says, "I told you somebody would already be here." I actually felt for him. I was like, "Oh man." He doesn't have anywhere to go. Like so good character. And then he's out in the woods by himself.
Well, not only that, I mean, I was surprised that because I mean, Hilda's immediate. He says, "I was wrongly accused," and then Hilda's response immediately is, "We'll find somewhere else." Not, "If you were wrongly accused, then can't case." So
let's investigate the crime and prove your innocence. Let's exonerate you.
Andrew, You guys need to come over here and go on a drive with me.
Oh boy. Let me assure you. Let me assure everybody. I've known Dana for over 20 years. Let me assure you, she can swear. You may never actually hear it, because if you only know her through YouTube and stuff, like, you may never actually hear her swear, because she's not going to swear on camera because she's a teacher. But let me tell you,
I can swear.
Dana can swear.
Think about, think about how good I am at making fun of Steve and like verbal darts. Swearing is like verbal darts.
Verbal darts.
Easy mode.
Well, but 255 ID, I think the idea is like, if he is not guilty, then she could have proven he was not guilty and gotten him back into his house. That's why she would care about it.
That doesn't make sense, Andrew. I mean, if Steve can be the lovely swearing man, why can't I be the lovely swearing woman?
I mean, that's how I think of you.
It stands to reason.
It's yeah.
I think there's a slight difference. Like if you can't swear someone, you can swear at someone, but like when you curse, swearing at someone and cursing at someone would be pretty much interchangeable. And
yeah, I guess it depends on how fine of
someone.
Yeah.
Cursing someone is different from, you can't swear someone. You can swear an oath, but that's, or swear a promise.
Well, and you can and you can curse someone without swearing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a wuss.
Go step on a Lego.
Yeah. If you're if you're a wussy little baby and you don't want to talk like a grown up, then you can say like
no, because like when somebody is driving in a way that not only ignores the laws of the road, but also just general human decency, and they're in my way, you can just like, get off the road and die. That's cursing.
That is a curse. That would be a curse, yes. Although I would venture to guess that is not the only thing you say in that situation. That may be among the things that comes out of your mouth in that situation, but there may be other things that come out of your mouth as well.
Yeah, usually, because usually, it's not a once in immediate. It's not immediately resolved. Like once I'm past them,
right. Then the rage leaves you. Once the cause leaves you, then the rage leaves you. Yeah. You're like Bruce Banner. You calm down and the Hulk goes away. You're back to.
Yeah, no, but I mean it's faster than with Bruce. It's just like
although I mean Bruce hulked out pretty quick in the first Avengers movie, but then again, he explained that as because he's always angry. So it doesn't quite fit, with what we're talking about.
Well, no. But the other thing is we're not talking about hulking out. We're talking about
hulking in.
Dehulkification, but it's not hulking when you're going in.
Dehulkification. Maybe brucing out.
Oh, 255D. Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, when we're talking ideally, definitely. I mean,
our harsh Prussian style schools. Oh God, what a great way to describe
so I'm going to tell on my littlest brother. Well, not littlest, but my youngest brother, my youngest sibling. And so apparently when he was about 2, he was like trying to shake out the Cheerios into his bowl, and he was swinging back and forth. So when you're swinging back and forth, Cheerios don't, especially with you too. Like if I was swinging back and forth, I could just put the Cheerios in my bowl. But this did not work because he was 2. So the Cheerios went off the bowl onto the drain. Some of them went on the floor, and he goes, "Oh." And Mom and Dad are both at the table. Mom turns, she's sitting next to him. She turns and says, "What did you say?" And he just keeps going. He's been going. He goes, "Oh." And that's like, I wonder where he learned that. Mom said, "I'm less concerned about that and more concerned about the fact that he's using it correctly."
He's a bright boy. What?
He really is. He really is. Because let me tell you, when I was working with preschoolers,
I remember
before,
this. Yes.
you
Yes.
remember this story? And,
Oh, yes. Yeah, I know. I think I know
yes.
what you're going to say. Yeah.
I'm not going to say it.
Well, you're not going to say it, but yeah, no.
One of the little 4-year-old boys, the youngest one, he just come over to the fourth and threes, and he climbed up to the top of the play place, and like I was like, you have to have your feet on the floor of that. And he looks over at me and he smiles real brightly and puts his feet down and says, "Yeah." And he calls me something that I never expected to hear myself called from a barely 4-year-old. And I was just like, and he's smiling brightly, like, look what I can do. And I'm like, the context for this, it doesn't match the words. I was like, okie dokie.
I remember you telling me about that right after it happened. I've remembered it all these years, and it still makes me laugh. It's such a great
I remember
story.
you were the one who told me about, well, of course, you also, we watched, I'm sorry, the something of Dracula.
Oh, Horror of Dracula, yeah.
Horror of Dracula. I'm like, I don't think it's blood of Dracula. Like, Dracula, does he have blood? Anyway,
Well, it's not his.
Dracula,
but he has it. Like
that's true. He has it temporarily. Like, he gets it, and then like,
he gets it
again. He's got it coming. Anyway, so yeah, you were the one who told me about Jonathan Patrick Harker.
Yeah.
Just like, no.
Jonathan Harker, coolest name for a kid ever. It's like, wow, he's actually named Jonathan Harker.
Oh, Jonathan Harker, if you see this, I hope things are going well for you. Oh,
yes, and I
gosh.
hope I hope you have killed Dracula by now and everything's cool.
and that you haven't ended up like the other Jonathan Harker.
Well, no, see, it depends on what's version of the story. In the
true.
novel, Harker survives. In the novel, Harker
Andrew,
makes it
I'm
to the
so
end.
sorry. I'm doing what I can, okay? I really am. Like, there's the guy who's running for, oh gosh, I get it mixed up. Chris Jones. He's running for governor. And he said something about, what do people want? And he also tweeted about people need affordable health care. I replied and I said, I think you mean accessible. Like, just making it affordable. Some people still aren't going to be able to get it. Everyone needs health care.
It would be nice, wouldn't it? No, 255 AD, Jonathan Harker, not Jonathan Archer. Jonathan Archer
Philip
was
Kehoe. That was the second.
Yeah,
it was a phrase.
It was preceded by a 7-letter word.
Yes, that was a 4-letter word, and ing was a 7-letter word. Oh, Weak versus Fire. This was before Shoddy. This was so long ago.
This was like 20 years ago. Yeah.
So long. We're old, Steve.
We are.
We're old.
We are. Why are you screaming Hulkamania, Snake Big Cat? By the way, go ahead. Oh, because we were. It is almost time.
Oh, hulking out. That's right.
Which thankfully, Hulk Hogan will not be on wrestling tonight because he doesn't work for the company I watch.
Because you have some taste.
Thank you. I'd like to think in pro wrestling I have excellent taste, but that's just me. Speaking of Hulk Hogan, I did just last night. I rewatched for the first time in a very long time. I watched No Holds Barred, which was, of course, Hulk Hogan's first starring role in a film.
Oh God!
I mean, it's like it's The Room levels of bad, like to the point where like it's not just bad, but it's not as entertaining as because I could watch The Room right now. Like The Room is one of my favorite movies, but it's awful. But like
it's not so bad it's good, it's just so bad it's bad.
Well, yeah, No Holds Barred is like it's bad in the same way that The Room is bad, where you watch it and it's just baffling. It's not so much like how did this get made, but it's like what? Like did the people who wrote this? Well, because like there's a scene in No Holds Barred that I think epitomizes what I'm talking about. There's like a board meeting. There's like a group of executives, and the president of the company is like, asking for suggestions. And of course, whenever somebody makes a suggestion, he like barks at him and shoots him down and says it's a terrible idea. And there's this one woman who makes a pitch for something, and he tells her to get out of the room. But the way he does it is he says, "Take a leak." Like, that's not what you say. Nobody says that. You don't say, you say like, you say take a hike or get the hell out or whatever. Like, he said, take a leak. And she stood up and got out like she knew what he was talking about. I was like, people don't say that. Take a leak. That's not what that means. Why would anybody write that?
What's even better is that it actually means something. But that's not
what. Yeah. Is he telling her to go to the bathroom? Is he ordering her to go to the bathroom?
Like in Back to the Future. And he's like, make like a tree and get
out of here.
It's like, leave. It's make like a tree and leave.
Yeah.
But yeah. I love that it actually means something else. Like,
it's a pre-existing phrase. It's just, and like the movie, that kind of stuff is all through the movie. Like, it's not, that's the example that sticks in my brain, but
like, I love that.
It's like, it's bad in a fascinating way. It's bad in a way that makes you think like, what the, like, how, why? Anyway, yes, Philip Key, yes, Hulk Hogan was in Rocky 3. That was what made him a star, actually, in the early 80s. Kemp, no, Hulk Hogan was not that great of a wrestler. His charisma is most, I mean, he wasn't a terrible wrestler. Like, he could wrestle, and there are some really good Hulk Hogan matches, but it was when he was with another wrestler who was actually really good, and he just was sort of doing his part.
When he did his part rather than doing what he usually did.
Yeah, well, because I mean, and he had a formula. Once he became Hulk Hogan and he figured out what the people wanted from him, he just kind of did that every time, and in the 80s it worked.
And it worked.
It worked. He was world champion for 4 years in a row. Like, he held the title for 4 solid years. He did not lose a match. He did not lose the title for 4 years. And in a sport that is worked, where he could have lost the title at any point if his boss decided to take it off of him, like, that's a testament to how popular he was. That they said, no, we'll just leave it on him. Fuck it.
Okay, I'm about done.
Okay.
It has been a long.
Yeah, I know.
Very, very cool day.
Today was your first day back because you had MLK Day off on Monday, and then you had a snow day yesterday. So,
yep.
Well, and not only that, but like getting back into things. And I was, well, I talked to you about it, but just, I was like, I don't, I'm sort of preparing for students to be like, who are you? What class is this? I was ready for that. And, like I said, we didn't get through everything that I planned, but I'd rather have more planned and have to, punt it to the next day than like run out of stuff to do. Not good with any age, honestly.
Yeah.
But I think with like at the college level, it can be like, I mean, because at the college level, you literally can be like, okay, that's all I had planned for today. We've gotten through it. Very good. Go home. You can't do that in high school or elementary. Oh, goodness gracious. You don't want to run out of stuff to do with elementary.
They'll eat you alive.
Well, that's almost preferable, because in high school, they will equally well think of things to do. And there are different things to do in high school.
I can imagine.
Anyway, so yeah, and then after that, I had physical therapy for my ankle, which is healing very, very well. And then I came home, and then, scrambled, and here we are.
And here we are.
That's my day. So I'm like, I'm ready to be done now.
So we will just remind everybody. Also, yes.
Taking these.
Oh, are those your pens?
Put them in my bag. I did not have my special pens today.
Can't forget those. Okay, so we will remind everybody about the charity links.
Yes, indeed.
Charitylinks.page.
Down in the description. Help people. It's nice. And if you are a patron or a member of this channel, don't forget to send your questions in to Steve, because he has Ask Away coming up on Friday. I have not yet sent in my questions, Steve.
You still have 2 days.
I know. Well, a little bit less than 2 days minus an hour.
Or you could just
5 minutes.
Or you could just not submit a question this time, and just crush me.
I have paid my money. Get my money's worth, Mr. Shives.
Yes, of course. And also, of course, I'll remind everybody on Friday when we're a lot closer, but it doesn't hurt to remind people today as well
Yes.
that this Saturday is the next edition of your Saturday 6 live stream. This Saturday at
I'm
6
at 4
p.m. Eastern.
6. Saturday 6 at 6 Eastern.
There you go.
Sorry, Andrew. I don't know. He might. I think he said he was leaving.
Yeah.
Anyway, so like convert that into your local time. I'm not averse to Medicare for all. That's okay. But yeah, I'm just sort of like, I want public health care. We can start with something like Medicaid, but I think it should cover more than Medicaid typically does.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Let me address 255 AD's question because he's losing his mind over here. I don't think it was probably just the writers not putting that much thought into it. I mean, I know like when in the episode, in the Enterprise episode that we're talking about, the alien.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The alien says non-Aryans. There's an alien who's working with Nazis in the 40s because it's time travel. And he says, how would you like a virus that was engineered to only kill non-Aryans? And I made a reference to it in my episode recap, but I said Jews instead of non-Aryans because that's like the Nazis' whole deal, is that they just love killing Jews. So I had the alien guy tempt the Nazi by saying, how about a virus that only kills Jews? Would you be interested in that? And the Nazi guy goes, I would be very interested in that. So, you know, I think it's just, I said it because I thought it made a better line. And it sounds harsher if you identify like a specific group of people, especially
that it targets rather than a group of people that it.
But I don't think I know I certainly didn't think through the science of it like that, and I'm pretty sure the writers of the episode didn't either. But I guess maybe you could say that
there's a similar problem with non-Aryans.
Yeah, it's the same problem. Yeah, I mean, but no, I don't think anybody thought it through that much, and you know, really.
I mean, seriously, if you can accept time travel, then
exactly. There's
not that much of a stretch.
There's an alien in a Nazi uniform who has traveled back in time from the future, and he's talking to a Nazi, and he's like, and your problem with the scene is
the point that you're quibbling
is they couldn't make a virus that would only target non-Aryans. That's not possible. Oh, okay.
And so it's like, now in fairness, you're not wrong,
but time traveling Nazi alien right there. All right. So yeah. So
also,
yes.
I have a video that I put up yesterday, and
yes,
I'm so proud of myself for how not ranty I was. I mean, it's pretty ranty, you guys, but when I was like, wow, I really held back on that sucker when I watched it. I was like, I really held back. I have really strong feelings
about
healthcare.
And that wasn't a scripted one either. That was just like an off the cuff
one. I'm just like, look at it, no, this is ridiculous.
You just, as they say in wrestling, you were cutting a promo.
It wasn't even a promo. It was just, this is how I feel about this thing. I have lots of opinions.
So, all right. So don't forget the Saturday 6 on Dana's YouTube channel on Saturday. I'll remind you again on Friday. I'll see you.
For the Ask Away.
I'll see you Friday
at 6, but on Friday.
Absolutely. So see everybody then. Hope you enjoyed. And we'll be watching Deep Space Nine again next week. I believe next week we'll be watching the first part of the Maquis. I think that is the next episode. Let me double check. Yes, the Maquis. So that'll be that's hopefully you'll think it's a good one, but it's an important one. So, All right. Okay. That's it, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you.
Ta-da! Bye, everybody.